Hey everybody, John here, your host on Mgtow is Freedom. Got a little bit of wind, even got some thunder going this evening. The prediction of rain was 0% today. We've gotten a couple torrential downpours, right? Some things you just can't count on. Other things you can. What are the odds of running across a woman that thinks she's really worth a lot when she's actually not, right? 100% chance of that. So, it's hilarious to me to watch this phenomena. The phenomena of women who think they're valuable. So this could be "Don't Look at My Chest" Part 2, or this could be what's my booty worth? Okay. So, breast rhymes with chest, right? And chest is synonymous with breast when you talk about a woman. You go, look at that chest on her. Actually, we say, look at the tits on that bimbo. But you would say, if you were using more crowd-friendly terms, you'd say she has a nice chest or she has a nice breast, right? Chest and breast. But there's some more word games going on here, right? In the other video, I used a screenshot of a picture of a treasure chest on the woman's chest, right? They like to think that they're valuable, that they're precious, right? Because a chest holds valuables like gold and silver and jewels and the title to your property and your cars. Women think their chest, their breasts are like a chest and full of valuable. It's just not true, right? But they think that. On this planet, for purposes of discussion, there's 8 billion people. Half of those are women, and each woman has 2 breasts, right? That's 8 billion titties. And there's only 4 billion men. So if we're outnumbered 2 to 1 by titties, if I study my economics class, there's not a shortage of titties. They're not rare. They're not precious. Am I wrong on this? The market is flooded with tits. The market's flooded with tits. They're everywhere. You can't get away from them. Why do women think they're such a fucking prize? Right? It's like they all walk around and pretend like they're the only ones with tits and that everyone else should want them. It's fucking hilarious. But while we're talking about market value, let's talk about commodities in the stock exchange. Right? There's companies out there that are selling oil, right? A gallon of gas, right? A tank of diesel, a barrel of oil, right? And they want you to think that it's a precious commodity, but it's not. There's billions and billions and billions of barrels of oil, right? So they're really not all that valuable. But how do you make it double in price, triple in price, quadruple in price? Well, back in the 70s, we had this thing called the oil shortage. And the wind is so strong, it's blowing the camera around. Nice. All right, let's recommence. Right, there's billions of gallons of oil, billions of barrels of oil. Right, but they want us to pay more for them, the people that produce the oil. So what did they do? In the 70s, they created an artificial shortage. It was called the oil crisis, or gas embargo, or oil embargo, or gas crisis. They had all kinds of crazy names for it. But what they did is they caused the price to go up by creating a shortage of it. Right? That is, they quit delivering it. There were problems going on in the economy. People waited in lines. Get this, guys. They waited in lines around the block, down the street, for hours to get gas. They would do things like, if the first number on your license plate is odd, you go on these days. And if the first number is even, you go on the other days. In order to alleviate the lines, right? People had to plan their day out, plan their lives out. just to get something that is so plentiful that we've never run out and probably never will. It's that plentiful. Now, I'm not saying we need to just go out and start burning it up and, acting ridiculous, but what I'm saying is with something as plentiful as that, the artificial crisis was created to raise the street value, raise the market value, to make that commodity seem more precious. Right? Women, right, they cover their tits, right, so that we want them, because we want to see them. We want to see those nipples. Are they big nipples? Are they small? Are they pink? Are they brown? Are they clear? What the fuck? Can you hang your coat off of one? Or is it like non-existent? Who knows? But they want this artificial scarcity, right? By keeping them from us. I guarantee that if all women didn't wear a shirt for a week, didn't wear a bra for a week, just had their tits flopped out everywhere, guys would lose interest. It's like watching porn, right? After a while, who gives a fuck? It's like going to the beach. You first get there, there's fucking bikinis everywhere and tits flopping around, and you're like, hey, this is heaven. After an hour, you're like, who gives a fuck? So it's the artificial market controls put on. Bras, shirts. It makes our desire to see the tits happen because we don't get to see them all the time. Right? And then once you do see them, who cares? But it's that artificial scarcity that gives the sensation of rarity. Right? And so they're more valuable. Then, of course, any woman that's got great tits and a great figure, she's going to demonstrate them, right? She's going to shake them. She's going to wear revealing clothes, right? Because she has a nice pair and you want to see them, but she's covering her nipples and you can't. So it creates an even greater value to you as a man, right? Not only do they look great from the outside, but you can't see them. You don't get to see all of them. It's a fucking trick. It's a sham, just like the fucking oil sheikhs from the Saudi Arabian Peninsula and all those guys. They withheld the oil from us so it became more valuable because there was an appearance of scarcity. Yet there was never an issue of scarcity. It was just a sham to get more money. Women, right? They're hiding they're being chaste, they're being careful with, they're being modest. That's the word I wanted. Fucking modest. Well, bullshit. Women aren't modest, right? But they get more attention by covering their tits than if they throw them out there. There's a perceived value to them because it's a mystery. And when you realize that that's the fucking trick, you realize how valueless women really are to you as a man. You'll spend all week to make $1,000. 40 hours you'll put out to make $1,000. You'll go out on a woman on a date. In 2 hours, you'll spend $200 to $500 on her. If you're really spending money the way, you would like to, or maybe she would like to, right? What's that telling you? Your time is less valuable than her time, right? $1,000 for 40 hours, $500 for 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 4. There's no equality there, right? It doesn't make any sense. You work and all she has to do is exist, right? Again, going on a date with a woman, they play this game where she makes herself artificially scarce. All women do this. It's the dating game. They want you curious. They want you needing, right? They want you begging for them. They're going to act like they're not interested, right? You have You have to ask them for their number, then ask them out, then take them out, right? And she gets a free fucking meal. And she gets to string you along and play games with you. Right? That's the system they've developed. They've created a scarcity. You're like, man, I've gone all week. This is the only date I'm going on. I got to blow half my money on it? Right? But if you look and you think, you're like, God damn, I just spent $500, $400 on a really nice night. Right? But her time, I only got a little of it. My boss got all my time to get that money. Boy, she must be really valuable. She must be a fucking gem, a prize.